Well, I think this video will basically be the conclusion of the trailer loading segment because I think we've got her to the point where it works pretty good. We're not done yet, but I think it's getting pretty good. Oh, by the way, I wouldn't recommend you doing this. Oh boy. Got some junk in the tail we're going to have to get out of there. There we go. Anyhow. Yeah, he backs out good now. He goes in now. But which method worked? Actually, it was a combination, and that's why I say there's no one right way to do things. You got to kind of mix it up a little and figure out what works. And just because of the problems that he was having with the trailer, it was necessary for me to be in there. However, sending him in from out here, well, that actually works not bad too. Having him do work over there, that actually worked too. And he actually proved that to me that, well, obviously, as you can see, we've made the trailer a good place. He's quite willing to go in there. And in fact, it's become such a good place that, well, number 3 actually works really well. It's like I said, sometimes you got to give things a chance to work. They don't always work as quick as you'd like them to, but word of advice, when you're not using your trailer, if it happens to be sitting in your arena, keep the door closed, or you might lose a horse into the trailer. I've actually had that happen more than once. And not long ago, he did it too. I was over there, another part of the arena, and had him loose. Actually, I think he had the halter on at the time. But much like this, I use the arena very similar to the round pen. We had him trotting some circles, and he decided he didn't want to do that anymore. He thought, I know where a good place is. He'll leave me alone. He come trotting down to this end of the arena and hopped in the trailer. So we've also, there's been a couple of times prior to that where when he didn't want to go in the trailer, he'd turn and start walking away. We'd just follow after him, putting pressure on. He wouldn't trot even a full circle, and he'd head straight back to the trailer and hop in because he goes, oh, forget it. I know what goes on over there. I'm going to have to be running around a whole bunch. The trailer's a much better place. Well, that's the whole goal, is you want to make the trailer a good place that the horse actually wants to go into. Which method works best for you? Well, you're going to have to figure that out for yourself. Maybe a combination of things. In his particular case, we actually did use a combination of things that all seemed to work. In the end, the trailer became a good place. He's happy to go in there. We worked on him backing out, so as you can see, he backs out pretty good now. And well, like I said, don't grab your horse by the tail. You might get kicked that way. I happen to know this guy well enough that I think that's pretty safe. We've actually been teaching him to back up that way. So not a big issue. But I think that pretty much wraps it up now for the trailer. Like I said, when you're not using it, close the door. You might lose a horse. As for what method works, the one that works best for you, maybe a combination of methods, maybe one, maybe something else completely different that you come up with. Just remember the basic principles is you want to make the horse trailer a good place. You don't want to dial up the pressure when the horse gets near it, thinking he's that close, I can get him in now, because that'll make him not want to be near the trailer. So just keep that one in mind, and you'll do all right. Have a good day.